What story do you want to tell? The night?
The beginning.
Okay. So I'll try to make this as short as possible. I told her about I don't know 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, that I was going on a work trip after I got back from Los Angeles, and I asked her to go with me. But I've asked her to go with trips before to Toronto. It didn't work out. New Orleans. So I didn't think it was that odd, so then I started working with Isabel to try to set up this night.
All the time I was accumulating clues.
Yes, because she's an investigative ninja. And so the ring was a whole long story, but it was built in LA, and so I picked it up 3 days before we left, and then the diamond was here, so I got it set the day before we left. I picked it up the night before we were leaving. And then the next day we went to, there it is. The next day we flew out. I brought a work, equipment case because I was going to...
Which was heavy.
Yeah, because I was supposed to be working the next day. So
how much did it cost to check that?
$28. Thank you, EA. I might have put it on my Amex. I don't know. But so we flew to New York, and she was asking all sorts of questions because she knew something was up for a few different reasons. What were the reasons?
Reasons. Davey, help me.
Well,
you said Isabel's not a good actor.
Yeah, I love you. I love you, and I know you so well that I can tell when you're trying to lie or not lying.
Were you surprised with this?
This was good.
Thank
Good.
you.
Good job on this.
Thank you.
But everything else, no. Oh yeah. What about you guys? You guys did a good job.
Thank you.
That's very good for my
It
dad.
was hard.
Yeah.
But you did very good, Dad.
I like the lie.
So they knew, I guess, the Tuesday before I left, I came and talked to them, and they knew, and so they had to keep it a secret for a few days. So we went to New York, and I was supposed to be working the next day. She was asking for lots of details. I tried to give her a lot of details.
I wanted a packing list.
Yeah.
He told me clothes.
Yes, I did.
Which obviously is not good. Ladies know. But that's not good.
And so the night came, and what did we do that afternoon?
We just walked around Times Square.
Rockefeller Center in Times Square, because it was right where we were staying.
It was way cold Friday.
Yeah, it was really cold. And so we got to the hotel, and she was running late, and you guys will see that I hired a professional photographer to come shoot the engagement from a distance. So we had to be at a certain spot in Central Park at a certain time, and she was running late. And I couldn't exactly tell her, we have to hurry. Because
And he said dinner was at 6:30, but we have to be ready at 5:30. But I knew it wasn't an hour away.
it's New York. It takes a lot of
And I
time
was
to get
like, that
places.
still doesn't make sense. It's not an hour.
Whatever. So she took her sweet time, but it's all right. We got there. When I got into the cab, I told the cab, I was like, we need to go here. There's one spot we have to be. We're entering into a certain area. The area, if you've been to Central Park, it's just called the Mall. It's where the trees come over. It's a long walkway. It's been a lot of movies. And so we had to be there at, supposed to be 5:30. And I was just texting the guy at 6. He was at the wrong end, so I had to...
You were like...
Yeah, I was she had to know something was up at this point, because I was...
Were you suspicious?
I was just like... sitting there.
And she asked lots of questions, and she didn't.
And
she
he
wasn't like, who
smashed
you
my
texting?
hand in the cab, but he didn't even realize... Not like in the door, but...
Oh.
And...
No worries.
And, like, he leaned back, and the armrest was up, and my hand got, like, crushed. And I was like, ow! But he's like, turn here and go here. And I was like, fine, and just...
Yeah. So I was telling the cab driver where to go, and I couldn't understand him. He was in essence just trying to tell me he knows a faster way, but he knows where I wanted to go, and I didn't understand.
And you couldn't understand him. He's like, what? And I was like, he's saying.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Were
And
you
he's like,
nervous?
text.
Was I nervous? Oh, I was freaking out this morning. Because we were 30 minutes late. I was most nervous about the light.
I was only ready 10 minutes late.
Yes. Exactly right. But I was worried about the light because the sun was going down, and there's obviously lots of trees there anyways, and the photography needs light. So we finally got the cab. That was pretty quick. And so we pulled up to right where we were walking out, and there's a little road that goes right up to the mall, and so we got out of the mall, and I'm like texting the guy, we are here, and there's not a lot of people there.
He sent him a picture of us so he
Yeah.
would know what we look like. We're in the elevator, and he's like, smile, and then he's like,
How is that obvious? I turned to the side.
like that makes it worse.
Shut up.
Anyways,
And so we were walking up, and I saw my photographer, and I was like, all right, it is on. So then I got a little more nervous, but I knew where I was going to do it, and I knew, as nervous as I was, I didn't have time to not be, it's got to go down.
the
He has
sun's
to-
setting.
Sun's setting. We're going to miss the moment. We're going to have to wait till tomorrow, rehire the guy. And so we were walking down, and we walked, I don't even know, maybe 50
We were like
yards.
just there, and I was like, oh, this is it.
We were 50 yards into the park, walking down the mall. And I always get her something on trips.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it's crap.
And you didn't.
And I didn't get her anything in LA. And she was disappointed.
I was like, where's my present?
Even though it usually looks like something I get from the airport.
Yeah.
And I told her as we were walking that I actually did get you something from Los Angeles.
But he accidentally said, I did get you something from Florida.
Why do you have to make me sound like an idiot?
Because it's true.
I'm an idiot.
No, the story is true. And I was like, from Florida?
And I was like, oh, yeah, no, I mean, Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, you corrected me. You said Los Angeles. I said, yeah, Los Angeles. At that point, I didn't know what I was saying. And so I turned her to me.
And you were shaking.
Yeah. Yeah, I was shaking pretty badly.
And you had tears in your eyes.
Something
Like
that.
now.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You're gonna run out of tape, Andrew.
It's okay.
And I turned to her and I don't know what combination. I said something like, I think I told her I love her there. And then as I was getting down on one knee, I told her this wasn't a work trip. There's nothing that I have to do tomorrow.
And I was like, good, I don't want to meet people at dinner.
Yeah. That's what she thought. She didn't say that.
Because that was a feeling. Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
That's what you were thinking about when I was getting down on my
Keep
knee?
going.
And so, as I was getting down, and I was kind of telling her, there's no work trip, whatever. And before I asked her the question, what did you say?
I said, holy shit.
Oh, that beats mine. So good job.
What did you say?
Shut the hell up.
Yeah. Same thing.
And then I asked her, and we think she said yes.
I don't remember.
She's wearing them.
She said yes later, but we think she said yes then. She was wearing gloves, and so we had to like
He took my glove and threw it again.
chunk it. And so then I put the ring on her, and then I got up to hug her and stuff, and
No, you were still on the ground, and there's these flashes
Right.
over here, and I was like, who is this taking
well, yeah. So I stood up, and she goes, "Who is taking pictures of us?" And I said, "I hired him."
And then I was like, what do we do? 'Cause I didn't know what to do.
And so then we went
The
over
camera.
and met Benny, the photographer.
Oh, Benny was our photographer.
He's